Good morning, boys. I hope you're all doing well. And once again, we are back with our favorite chapter, molecular inheritance. And in that, I think we have understood the concept, basic two fundamental concepts, particularly the one that we were talking in our previous sessions, translation. And last week we talked about transcription. Okay, transcription is nothing but something that is to be transcribed, that is to be changed by giving the secrets, inner secrets. And here DNA is transcribing to form mRNA. And while doing so, all the inner secrets of DNA is shared to mRNA. And this happens, Sandeep, in the nucleus, inside the nucleus. Correct? And once mRNA is formed, the mRNA comes out of the nucleus, enters into cytoplasm of the cell. Now, in the cytoplasm, quickly, next step takes place. That is translation. Translation, normally you use, Kannada to English translation, English to Hindi, Hindi to English, like that. You translate the language like that. Here you are translating the inner secrets of DNA that are transcribed to mRNA now to form proteins. So the main aim of translation is to form proteins. And already we understood that there has to be formation of 3 RNAs together, making a complex, RNA complex. tRNA, transfer RNA, mRNA and rRNA. And finally we said the moment triplet code of mRNA called codon matches with the triplet code of the tRNA, we call it anticodon. Once the codon and anticodon, codon from mRNA, anticodon from tRNA match, amino acid is released. Of course, there are some conditions. As we are talking, it is not so easy. There are some conditions. There has to be some enzymes present there. There has to be some factors. Like remember we said releasing factor, Rho factor, right? So some factors are to be present there. Then only the protein synthesis will take place. As and when amino acid is released into the cytoplasm, one amino acid joins with another amino acid through peptide bond by foregoing one molecule of water, right? So here, if amino acids keep on adding, joining, and proteins are formed, and proteins express themselves, and the traits are formed, now where is the end of the story? So it has to be stopped somewhere, and that comes with the help of terminating codons, right? Now, in spite of presence of terminating codons, still we need to regulate, we need to control the gene expression, right? How to do that? Two scientists have proposed a concept called lac operon. Lac refers to lactose. All of you know lactose is a sugar, carbohydrate, just like glucose, right? And you know that operon means operating genes, operating structure. So how lactose is controlling the operon, operating genes. That's why in short they called it lac operon. And who are those? These are the two gentlemen, Jacob and Monod. Francois Jacob and who is this? Jacques Monod. So famously they are known as Jacob and Monod. And look at this. Is the operon controlling lactose metabolism. So what is lac-operon? Lac-operon is the operon operating structure that controls lactose metabolism. And what will be the structure of this? Basically, all of us know there will be DNA, okay? And DNA has to form mRNA. We call it as transcription, correct? And in the mRNA, there are areas like P area P, promoter area, okay? And this promoter area will be followed by another area called operating area, O. Then promoter operator, and then followed by 3 structural genes. You see, gene Z, gene Y, gene A. Now you know that already gene is nothing but portion of DNA. So the portion that is left out in that after the operator gene is the structural genes. So you have a regulatory gene consisting of promoter and I for inhibitor. There are 2 in the regulatory gene. Why is it called regulatory gene? Since it regulates the metabolism, lactose metabolism. How it regulates? By having 2 genes. One is the promoter gene, another is the inhibitor gene, right? And having this promoter gene and inhibiting gene or inhibitor gene, next is the operating gene. How the process of translation starts, okay? And that translation starts with the working of 3 genes. Those genes that express themselves are called structural genes. So gene Z, gene Y and gene A. So a lac-operon basically consists of 3 things. A regulatory gene having a promoter or inhibitor gene, and it codes, of course, inhibitor gene codes for repressor protein, repressor, the one that suppresses, right? And second one is the 3 structural genes, as I said, Z gene, Y gene and A gene. And then third one is operator, O for operator region, the one that operates the entire process. Now, here also you can see in the next slide. Now, when we talk of structural genes, there are 3 genes, Z gene, Y gene, A gene. Now, Z gene that codes for an enzyme called beta galactosidase. Okay, gene Z codes for an enzyme formation called beta galactosidase. And what does this do? Being present in the cytoplasm of the cell, it hydrolyzes lactose to galactose and glucose. Glucose plus galactose. That means when the lactose is being broken into glucose and galactose, we say lactose metabolism has started. Remember, metabolism, breaking and making of substances so that energy is released. While making also energy is released, while breaking also energy is released. So here lactose is broken, so energy is released, cell gets energy. And when lactose is broken, what is that it is forming? Glucose and galactose. Okay, that is the function of enzyme beta galactosidase. Okay, and remember, this happens only when lactose is present in the cell. Correct? No? When lactose is fully present, then only this takes place. The second one is the Y gene, gene Y. It codes for another enzyme called permease. That means gene Y is responsible for the formation of permeate. Now, what is the function of this enzyme? It increases permeability of the cell to beta galactosidase. That means it allows the beta galactosidase enzyme to enter inside the cell. So that is the function of enzyme permeate. Next, last, a gene. This codes for trans-acetylase. As the meaning is going, trans-acetylase. So the acetyl group gets transferred. That is the meaning of that. So, how to control this metabolism, lactose metabolism? Let us study now. Now, you can see here the DNA gets replicated, forms mRNA, and that is regulated by the regulator gene, initiator region, initiating gene. Okay, and then this is followed by the promoter region, and then look at that red one, structural genes. What are those? Z, Y, A. Now, how to control this gene expression? Yesterday I told you, we have to switch off and switch on, right? Just like we use the switch to control the light in our home. Like electric bulb, you put on the switch, the light glows, bulb glows. You switch off the switch, the bulb goes off. Like that here, the entire DNA structure through lac operon can be switched off and switched on. When it is switched on, what happens? All the structural genes will be forming the three enzymes that we said. And once the three enzymes are formed, yes please. Yes Rakesh? Yeah, Sandeep. Yeah, admitted. Let me see if the room is locked. Yeah, I have unlocked it. Right, Rakesh? So, how to control the gene expression? What will happen? What is gene expression, Rakesh? What do you mean by gene expression? Any idea? Sandeep, you have come now? Still waiting in the lobby? How come? Just now I admitted. Sandeep? Yeah. Let me see. The room is unlocked. Okay. Yes, what do you mean by gene expression? Any idea? Rakesh, Vivek? Vivek is there?
Phenotype expression.
Yeah. In simple language you tell so that Rakesh will understand. Yes, Sandeep?
Sir?
What is gene expression? Yes, Sandeep? What is gene expression?
Expressing of genes.
That is English. Biologically you tell. Yes, Sandeep?
Character responsible by that gene will express.
Yeah. So first let us come to the basics. Yes, Prasad, we will come to the basics. Now, regulation of gene expression. This is what we are studying now today. Now let us come to first gene. What is a gene? Portion of DNA is a gene. Correct? And we have measured that. I gave some angstrom units. 34 angstrom units. And we said loop, isn't it? In the DNA structure, double helix model. So gene is portion of DNA consisting of three things. What are the three chemical substances? S, P, N. sugar, phosphate and nitrogenous bases.
Phosphate.
Is this clear, Rakesh? Yeah. Now gene is clear. Now expression. What do you mean by expression of the gene? The codon of the mRNA in the form of triplet code, if it matches with anticodon of tRNA, what will happen? Amino acid is released, and that amino acid combines with another amino acid through peptide bond, forms protein. Correct? This we say the gene has expressed by forming amino acids in turn proteins, and enzymes, you know, whatever three enzymes we said just now, they are all forms of proteins. So enzymes are the products of gene expression. Is that clear, Kadkol? Yes, Sandeep? Formation of enzymes is the product of gene expression. Clear? Now I also told you just now the functions of three enzymes. What do they do? Particularly first enzyme. We said that it breaks lactose and forms glucose plus galactose. Correct? If that enzyme is present, then only metabolism of lactose takes place. That's why we call this as lac operon. Operation of the gene to metabolize lactose. That's why the name lac operon. Right? Now why to switch off? When it is switch on, this happens. Correct? Why to switch off? Any idea? Why should we switch off this? And if we don't switch off, what will happen?
It can affect. It can affect.
Yes. Say if lactose is there.
Affect functioning.
Yeah. If lactose is there in the cytoplasm of the cell, no issue. Lactose is broken, glucose is formed, galactose is formed, and we need glucose for our energy. But if lactose is not there, then problem comes, isn't it? So there has to be regulation, and the lactose that is formed will keep on accumulating in the cell in the absence of that particular enzyme, beta galactosidase. And if that is not taking place, how do we get glucose for our body? How to get energy? I hope you understood. That is the purpose why we should regulate or control. Right? So if there is no lactose, that is called inducer, one that induces this lac operon. Just now I said, if lactose is there, then only the lac operon will start. That's why we say inducer. So if there is no lactose in the cytoplasm, lac operon remains switched off. Correct? Understood? If there is no lactose in the body, the lac operon remains switched off, because if lactose is not there, then where is the question of conversion of lactose into glucose and galactose? There is no need for the structural gene, which we said, Z gene, Y gene, A gene, particularly Z gene. No need for formation of galactosidase enzyme. That's why the entire system gets switched off. Structural genes get switched off. Right? Then the second one, regulator gene synthesizes mRNA. That we know. The mRNA is formed by the regulator gene to produce repressor protein. Repress, the one that stops. Okay? Repressor protein. So this protein binds to the operator region and blocks. You see, the repressor protein goes and sits in the O. Operating gene is there now. And once that goes and sits in the O region, operator gene, okay, Sandeep has come back? Okay. The once repressor protein goes and occupies that operator gene O position, what happens? DNA will not become mRNA. So it blocks RNA polymerase movement. And this makes not to express. The structural genes will not be expressing themselves. Then we say it is switched off. Lac operon is switched off. Okay? And when to make it on? When the lactose is present, we say inducer. Means presence of lactose in the cytoplasm of the cell will make the system to be on. So how does it happen? Now, this lactose, which is an inducer, will not allow that red colored one, no, repressor protein, to go and occupy the O operating gene. When repressor gene doesn't block the operating gene, what happens? The DNA becomes mRNA and the structural genes will start functioning. What will happen? Let me show you. Yes, look at that. In the presence of inducer called lactose, what will happen? The entire system will be on, switched on. When we say switched on, what happens? The structural component, now look at that, DNA is becoming mRNA, we call it transcription. mRNA undergoes translation and forms proteins, and proteins are nothing but a type of enzymes. And in this case, gene Z, there are 3 genes in the structural component of lac operon: gene Z, gene Y, gene A, ZYA. And gene Z codes for beta galactosidase, and that is the most important enzyme. What does it do? It does lactose metabolism. Means lactose that is present in the cytoplasm of the cell will be broken into glucose and galactose. And the moment glucose is formed, which is required by all of us, energy production starts. And second, Y gene, it forms permease, responsible for enzyme permease, which allows the lactose to enter inside the cell. Next, A, it is responsible for another enzyme, trans-acetylase. So 3 genes, 3 enzymes and 3 genes code for that. And in that, what is that? Beta galactosidase brings about hydrolysis of lactose to form glucose and galactose. This is most important step that you must remember. And galactose permease is required for entry of lactose into, say, if it is a prokaryote like bacteria. And what about the third one? Trans-acetylase. As the name suggests, it is responsible for transfer of acetyl group from acetyl-CoA to beta galactosidase. Remember that we were talking of sometime in respiration chapter. I think you have to take back your memory to class 11th biology. Respiration, Krebs cycle, acetyl-CoA. Hope you remember that? Yeah. So that acetyl-CoA. So this third one, trans-acetylase, is responsible for transferring acetyl-CoA to beta galactosidase. And once that is done, beta galactosidase will start operating, forming what we call lactose will be broken to form glucose and galactose. So the inducer plays a crucial role here. Who is the inducer? One who initiates is the inducer. And who is the inducer here? Lactose. So presence of lactose will make the system to be on. And let me read the notes. If lactose is provided in the growth medium, the lactose is transported into E. coli and the cells by the action of permease. As the name suggests, just now I said, permease is an enzyme that allows the lactose to enter inside. So lactose, being inducer, binds with repressor protein. Just now I said, this red one will go and sit in the O of the DNA. O is the operating gene. If it sits there, it is switched off. If it does not switch, who is blocking it? The lactose will go and block, so that the repressor will not go. Hence, it binds with the repressor protein. So, repressor protein cannot bind to operator gene. Now, a little bit of a small work I will give you. When you write switch off, I think he has not shown, you will better understand this. In this slide, no? Let me show this. Yes. In this slide, what you do, this repressor protein is there, no? That you can put it in, instead of round shape, you put it in any shape, preferably comma shape. Okay? Comma shape. And put this in the operator region, O region. Show arrow mark. Repressor protein going and occupying the operator gene place. Let the O be there inside, but over the O, you write one big comma there. Some tone-like structure, right? And once that is done, what happens? We understand that operator gene is blocked. When operator gene is blocked, Sandeep, structural genes switched off. Hope you understood. He has not shown this here, but you do it. I will show one diagram. I will put it in the WhatsApp group that you draw. You will come to know how to show both the diagrams, switched off condition and switched on condition. Is that okay? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And second slide, I want you to focus here. Look at that. Yeah. This is yellow ones, they are all lactose molecules. Okay? And why are you calling them as inducers? One who initiates. Inducer means one who starts, one who makes the starting. That is inducer. This lactose, being the inducer, it will not allow this red dot, which is repressor protein, to occupy this O. Here O is operating gene. Why? This fellow blocks. So what you do, you write yellow color one over this repressor protein, so that this repressor protein will not block operating gene. And once repressor protein cannot block the operating gene, what happens, Sandeep? The lac operon is switched on. Understood? I hope I made it clear how to draw this switched on and switched off.
Yes, sir.
Once the structure is on, switched on, now you have to draw arrow mark, write transcription, write mRNA, one thread, write 3 arrow marks. Under Z, gene Z, you write beta galactosidase. See the spelling? Don't do spelling mistake. After writing beta galactosidase, what you have to write? You write that lactose is broken into glucose and galactose. Like that. Clearly you write. Instead of writing a vague lactose metabolism. You be clear. And particularly for micro things, no, small things, you must be specific. Right? Second, permease. Where you have to write? Now if you draw like this, as I am showing you, there may be confusion. Somebody like Kadkol will get confused. is it the Z gene that is forming both the enzymes? No. Under Z gene, you show only one, beta galactosidase. Clear, Sandeep? Prasad? Yeah. Under Y gene, Prasad, I think someone has put on. Please close that. Otherwise, there will be sound. I hope you have closed it. Right. Yes, Rakesh? Yeah, that's right. So, under Y gene, you write arrow mark, write mRNA, arrow mark, write permease. And after the arrow mark, don't write lactose metabolism. You write the function of that permease. What is that, Karthik? Karthik left. It permits, permease permits the entry of lactose through cell membrane to other cells. Next, gene A. Write arrow mark, write mRNA, write third one. What is the third one? Trans-acetylase. Again, see the spelling.
Sir, but they act on only one mRNA.
It is all from one mRNA only. You are right. Okay, but you need to write specifically all the three enzymes and what is their function, instead of writing just one heading, lactose metabolism. And after writing this trans-acetylase, Sandeep, what you have to write? It is responsible for formation of acetyl-CoA, transfer of acetyl-CoA to beta-galactosidase. Okay? Right.
Yes.
So this is how.
Sir,
Yes, Sandeep.
sir, Wawel hypothesis is there in our syllabus.
Oval? No. Only lac-apron. Only lac-apron. Lac-apron in prokaryotes like bacteria and lac-apron in eukaryotes. Okay, only. But mechanism is same in both.
Wawel hypothesis.
No, only one, lac-apron for your batch. Right? Right. I think tomorrow I will take up. You are running short of time for the next class. Two topics are left out for us. One is the HGP, Human Genome Project. Second one is DNA fingerprinting. Okay? These two topics we'll try and finish so that we can go for the revision. I'll be sending you a lot of MCQs. Already I've posted. Some more I will post. Keep on practicing. This is required. Okay? Take care. Bye.